The Atlas Post, what unites Kanye, the Kardashians, Kushner, Planned Parenthood, and billionaires? Of course, it's the PPP loans. Yes, these are the loans from the Small Business Administration for the Payment Protection Program. Many revelations caught the attention of those across the political spectrum as they poured over the names of more than 600,000 loan recipients released by the government. Of course, these loan recipients, when they applied for the loans, they were aware that it could be public. Other names that also got PPP loans, Tim McGraw, oh yes, we mentioned Khloe Kardashian, the Girl Scouts, PF Chang's Restaurants. There were also some billionaire business owners who also received some stimulus cash, as well as PPP money. And of course, we'll get into that one. And even Donald Trump's lawyers' firm were among those that were benefiting. So it's interesting to see that we see it here in the United States, but it's just not here because we are looking at the dailymail.com, which is primarily focused on the UK, as in the United Kingdom, as well as the Sun, which is also from the UK, as in United Kingdom. See, they're paying attention to what we're doing too. And it's not just us Americans that are paying attention to where those PPP loans are. So the list of recipients that received the PPP loans did touch some political hot buttons, but there were a few restraints that were given on the loans. In fact, there's a couple things. Is when you apply for the loan, you did know that the information could become public, but there weren't that many restrictions as far as eligibility for the loan program, although you have to have less than 500 employees. So there's a few other ones that will really cause some attention because although this was intended for the mom and pop stores, and churches under 500, that's quite a few people. So there was also forgivable loans which were given to private school named for a grandfather of Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, companies with ties to lawmakers, their families, celebrities, Washington lobbying shops, Wall Street investments firms, and private jet managers, because this was intended to help small businesses under 500 employees. This part you'll also love is that even the educational affiliate of Americans for Tax Reform, a group led by Grover Norquist, who once said he wanted to shrink government to the size it could be drowned in a bathtub, took a loan of $150,000 to $350,000. The Small Business Administration released data only on recipients that got at least $150,000, which left 86.5% of the borrowers unnamed, according to senior management officials. And the loan amounts were given as ranges: $150,000 to $350,000, $350,000 to $1 million, $1 to $2 million, $2 to $5 million, and $5 million to $10 million. At least 43 Planned Parenthood affiliates received loans of $65 million to $150 million. According to the SBA records, Planned Parenthood withdrew from the federal government's main family planning fund last year after Trump issued a regulation that would otherwise have limited its ability to advise patients about abortion. And now, are you ready to see the Billionaire Club that also received PPP loans? Notably, Kanye West. Yes, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian's Kanye West, who has now put in his bid for president. His clothing and sneaker brand Yeezy received a loan worth somewhere between $2 and $5 million. And the money helped the company save 106 jobs, according to the federal data. Yeezy and Adidas, which manufactures the market's the high-end shoes, did not respond to requests for comment. West is worth an estimated $1.3 billion, according to Forbes. Also, I had seen something else that Kim Kardashian's a billionaire too. So I don't know if they're both billionaires because they're together, or if she's a billionaire and he's a billionaire. Ron Burkle. Also, let's see. Oh, actually, Soho House is an exclusive membership club controlled by Ron Burkle, who has been, let's just say, has had many Hollywood parties. He's received as much as $22 million through 6 PPP loans, the records show. But the loans went to separate locations in Los Angeles, Chicago, Miami, and New York. Combined Soho House saved 1,996 jobs across 5 locations. And of course, these are legitimate businesses. Yes, there's billionaires that are related to it, but they do have businesses that run. And also, just say, we, like so many businesses, rack up losses every day, the company told Bloomberg News in a statement. Of course, banks and landlords have deferred payments. They also have shareholders that inject money, but, it's a business. Have stayed loyal to their houses and the teams that work there. He is worth $1.4 billion. But just like the other ones, it's a business, right? And just because they're a billionaire doesn't mean that they sit there and support. And some of these companies are sizable companies too. Jim Justice, it shows him delivering an annual State of the State address. So he's the Republican governor of West Virginia. He received up to $24 million from the PPP. It's the Greenbrier Hotel, the luxury resort in West Virginia, which received a loan worth $5 to $10 million, making it just one of 9 companies in West Virginia to get a loan of that size. The company said the money saved 0 jobs. I thought it was supposed to save jobs or keep jobs. Okay. Anyway, note it's 1 in 9 companies in West Virginia to get a loan of that size. A luxury restaurant chain backed by Robert De Niro received over a dozen PPP loans. These are the Justice-owned companies that received anywhere between $11.2 million and $24.4 million in PPP money, which is Blackstone Energy Ltd. and Bluestone Coke, 2 coal companies owned by Justice's family, each received $2 and $5 million. Ranger Fuel Coal Corp. received $1 to $2 million in Justice Energy. He's worth $1.2 billion. And Joe Farrell, he is a billionaire property developer and prominent Republican fundraiser. Received up to $1 million in PPP loans for his New York-based company, Farrell Building. With the loan, he retained 41 jobs, according to government data. And at least 4 members of Congress benefited personally from PPP loans. This year, Farrell rented out his $40 million Hamptons estate known as Sandcastle for close to $2 million to a Manhattan family fleeing from New York City due to the coronavirus. The home was previously rented by Beyonce and Jay-Z. Gores Vitak Holding, an investment holding company that's controlled by tech billionaire Gores, received a loan between $5 and $10 million. Vitak is the nation's largest provider of captioning services with clients that include CNN and the BBC. Gores is worth $1.9 billion, according to Forbes. One of the things you may also want to know is this PPP given by the Small Business Administration had special rules of its own, because there was not any rule that said that if you had worth of more than $7 million, you could not get a small business loan. You might want to check the small print on that one, but you never know. See, it always pays to read the rules. And I'm Joy Atlas, and I've been creating videos to update and help you get loans as well as unemployment. I would love some coffee to keep me up late at night. You can buy me a cup of coffee or 2, or catch me on Patreon for the Atlas Post. Info, of course, is available in the video description. You can also help us out by sharing our videos, liking them, making comments, checking out our playlist, and subscribing to the latest updates. Tap into your news with the Atlas Post. Have a joyful day.